All right, everybody, welcome to No Time to Explain Game. We are back, and I think we're somewhat back to normal this time.
Yes.
Everybody's, well, except for one person, everybody's here.
You know what?
There's a lot of violence at this table today.
I woke up and chose violence.
Everybody woke up and chose violence today.
We're missing our options button.
You know what? This is be a true test to see who all's listening to it.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord, we do not need that type of test happen to everybody.
Skid Daddy. Is that copyrighted?
Skid Daddy. Oh, is it?
I don't know. I hope
I
not.
don't think it matters if you sing it.
Skid Daddy.
I know it's definitely a ringtone, but I don't think he copyrighted it.
I hope he didn't copyright it. Otherwise, if he hits us with it, at least you know he listens.
Yeah,
You know, I take it all. All publicity. It's good publicity.
I'll take that little bit of negative press just to.
Hey, y'all, No Time to Explain. Can y'all using my stuff, man? Thanks, man.
We're big fans.
Appreciate you, man.
So that means you want to talk about that thing you talked about? That thing.
Get that package I sent you.
You get that thing I
You
said?
talking about the twist ties?
Anyway, Kings, Mr. and Mrs. Arbys Friction, Ego the Humble Braggart.
Last Black Akoski.
It's a cedarwood gold grandfather clock in the background.
I hate the both of you.
Bro, it sings to us when it dongs.
When it strikes the owl.
It strikes the hour.
Is that marble?
It sings Old Man River.
No, it does not sing Old Man.
There's an 80-year-old black man in your clock. Old Man River.
I think you have an antique key sticking out of it. And look at speak of the devil.
You know, that take you to Fillery?
Oh, bro, have you tried?
Have you gone to
Did you
Fillery?
open it?
Yeah, bro. I hate that show. I'm be honest
Bro,
with you,
it's so good. We're talking about magicians.
I finished. We're talking about magicians. I finished it.
It's good, but I still have to finish the last season.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna tell you what happens. It just
It's so good, man.
Also, the show kind of abruptly ends.
Does it finish?
it finishes. It makes sense the way it finishes too. That's the worst part. They I think they felt it. They were getting canceled because they finished it in a way that was like, we can stop here and it makes perfect sense. But you can also like, because they finished it like the books, the Fillery books are. Like any type of like book series. Like you end the book, but like.
They didn't close all the loopholes, but they closed the main loophole that mattered. Like the main story that mattered.
Yeah, and the twist at the end is dope. It ended great. I'm not saying that it ended great. I just hate the fucking singing. I can't do the singing, bro.
The singing was random. It's very random.
Wait till you watch the last. Oh my god,
It got worse. That's what I'm scared of. It wasn't that.
Soul Eater worse.
Soul Eater makes sense.
No, the way it ended.
It made sense. You have to watch it.
The way she ended.
Yeah.
No, it didn't.
We talked about this.
I know, and I hated it. I still didn't care.
It made sense after we had to do some research, read the manga, then watch it several times.
Right, Power of Friendship. Is that me?
You have to pay attention to every little detail.
And then I'm like, oh, that's how they connected it.
Yeah.
It was nothing compared to the manga.
Okay, hope keep that same energy. Keep that same energy when you watch The Magicians.
Look, nothing beats Lock and Key. Oh. All right, so let me tell you guys. So
That's great. That's a good show.
I had the coronavirus last year, and I was on my deathbed. And the worst part,
It was hilarious.
It was funny.
You look like
Zordon from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
My dear friends tried to kill me by sending me memes, and you know when I have a lack of oxygen, hardest thing to do is to laugh, and they kept sending me memes, so I was almost gone.
You know what's great? That post is about to come up in my yearly.
There it is, your anniversary post.
Anniversary post.
April 10th was when I was there. April 10th.
About a month out, so I can find that picture I
What makes
posted.
it worse is we both did something. You did that, and I literally said something. You get that thing I sent you.
Yeah, you got the package I sent you, the meme from Harvey Birdman, and I mean, they couldn't hear me, but if I can replicate the laugh, it was just like. It was like a lot of huffing and heaving to stop from laughing. So thank you for the murder. But the one thing I hate about the whole thing of having the virus and being on my deathbed was watching Lock and Key on Netflix. So not the virus itself. That freaking show on Netflix, I absolutely hate it. It is the slowest show I've ever seen in my life, and it made no sense with what the characters did and why. They were just doing stuff. Like, everything could have been avoided by if they would just says, hey, guys, we got this key. And there's a guy that's trying to get this girl's trying to get this key from me. The series would have been 3 episodes long.
They wrote that show to make it. They wrote the show for a long-term run, I think, thinking that they get like 4 or 5 seasons to explain everything. I think they got canceled, right?
I don't know.
I think it's canceled.
I don't know. I have to look it up because last time I looked it up, I think they was talking about being approved for a second season, and I'm just like, oh my goodness.
He's like, no,
Please don't drag. And I got stuck because I have to finish stuff. So I'm on episode 3, and then next thing I know, I'm like, oh, I looked 13 episodes. That's not that bad. 13 episodes of hour-long. Hey man, let's just get these keys on this. I hate it.
It was pretty terrible, but it's good though.
Yeah, right. Like it's a weird feeling. It was good, but I hated it. But I had to finish it.
I'm checking to see if it got canceled or not.
Yeah, because like a lot of those shows they're trying to place a magician with are pretty good.
Order. Absolutely love the Order.
Order.
Second season was weird.
Order. I like the second season better.
You like it better than the first?
Because it got.
I hated her.
And yep,
She was.
sorry, just give you a heads up. We got approved for 3 seasons.
So that's why they wrote it that way.
Lock and stupid key.
That's why they wrote it that way.
Yeah,
They know.
season 2 is supposed to drop this year, and then they said on the eve of season 2, they did get approved for a 3rd season.
I'm so pissed because I have to watch it because I started it. Oh, I'm gonna hate it so much.
Oof.
Oh,
Oof.
but
R.I.P.
Order. She annoyed me.
Oh,
Her
boy,
reasoning.
I hate her.
Them making her without spoilers. Like I don't want to spoil anything. So spoiler 3, 2, 1. I hated how they made her kind of like a villain. Like her motivation was stupid.
Wait, which one?
Blonde.
The blonde.
The blind, right? Okay.
Yeah, like her like I get it, but her motivation was done because like, hey, this is gonna cause apocalypse, but everyone deserves magic. Like it didn't.
It took a left turn.
Yeah, it didn't really. Like it's like they was like forcing to make her a bad guy.
Yeah, I did like the hide stuff though. When the rogue hide,
Yeah.
when I finally find the other hide, that was cold. Yeah, that was all.
That was a
fun.
good twist.
I don't know. I like the show.
It's a good show. I definitely it's giving me my magician's feel since they done stole all magic from me off of TV.
And they went through a whole season without singing. Whole 2 seasons without singing. So that's my biggest. That's what I like about the show. It just didn't sing.
They sung the blonde and the little girl, the little evil girl.
Karaoke, right?
They had karaoke, and their voice produced auto-tune sounds without any equipment, which was quite magical.
Doris, what's your thing against shows?
Well, you know
singing?
what? No. I'm confused, bro, because with that question, you like musicals.
Because
so
they're,
you
because
wanted-
that's
they're-
my-
I like musicals. I like musicals. It's just they're meant to be sung though. That makes sense. But when I'm watching, magicians fight a battle, and they're cornered and they don't know what to do, then they start singing in unison, and that gives them power.
That's not what happened. Did that happen in the last season?
No.
Okay. First of all, you start with when I'm watching magicians. That increases the level of singing probability just through the roof. If you're saying like, yeah, man, when I was watching Vikings and the dude had the axe over the guy's throat and he was like, "You gonna die sweet."
Like, okay, what was one of the singing episodes when they got caught in the singing matrix? That was fine. That was cool. That made sense because it was in the piano. But when she was like drugged up through the desert and she was singing,
she heard a music
Yeah.
like what the fuck, like
drugs.
Yeah, but then they start singing outside of the desert. Like
It wasn't just her, it was everybody
just her.
else.
Everyone else was singing too. So I'm like, why is Quentin singing?
That was random.
He's on Earth. He's fine.
That was really
Think
random.
of it like Eureka. Eureka had a random singing episode.
One episode.
Yeah, 5 seasons. Bad.
I'm sorry.
Like
So I hate singing.
you could have compared it to Family Guy or like Bob's Burger. They sing all the time, but it's funny, and it's like
Not battle magician.
it's not battle singing, bro. Singing doesn't give you power, son. Like how fucked up would you be if Naruto went like, "I'm becoming a man"? It's like,
That would hit.
Sasuke.
Nah, the only character
Sasuke
Naruto,
doing grunge. I'm just gonna die.
the only character's allowed to sing in Naruto is Killer B. He's the only one.
Togaru.
Wait, he is a rapping black ninja.
That's different. Rappy's cold though.
It's the same, but it's still.
He's not
it's
even a good rapper. He's not spinning bars. He just.
He's a mumble rapper.
You know what? I give them more credit because it's like you know what? And shout out. And I'm so sorry for my old school heads. He's like a 1980s rapper, a hip hop, a hip it to the hip
Look,
hop. You don't stop.
Look, Donald Glover proved that shit's trash, and no 80s.
He right, man. The founders.
Anything before Rakim was pretty trash.
Yeah, yes, like 60s, 70s.
Yeah.
When did it start? When did the rapper start? Like,
The Sugar Hill
early
came out.
80s.
No, Sugar Hill came out in 77.
so yeah,
Late
it was
70s.
pretty bad. Pretty bad.
Yeah, it was still disco.
It
when they
wasn't
dropped
really.
that.
I went to the head store today.
The only reason I know is because the songs are an hour long.
Idiot. What?
The Sugar Hill Gang song.
It's not an hour long. It's like
what's it called?
It's 7 minutes. It's like 7 minutes long.
It's like an hour long.
Because
I refuse to believe
it's
hour
not
long.
an hour long. It's like 7 minutes. This is when all songs were like 10 minutes long.
Yeah.
They released a 7-minute version, then a 10-minute.
Oh, there's six different versions of the song.
Yeah, because they keep
The first one was 15 minutes.
15.
Yeah.
Yeah, the long
Okay.
it's literally labeled long version.
Yeah,
15 minutes,
14
7
and 30.
minutes, 6, 5, 4.
Yeah, they used to come out like, hey, you like that song? We got more of it. We just didn't release it. You want to listen to the rest of it?
Oh, so it's like Freebird. It just progressively got longer for no
Yeah.
fucking reason.
Yeah.
Speaking of hour-long songs.
Talking about
Hour-long song, yeah.
No, you mean a 30-minute song?
Yeah, 30 minutes. That's ridiculous to me.
Which one?
No, so one of the songs that was recommended for us on our little side thing on YouTube is a Dream Theater song that's 30 minutes long. I'm like, no, I can't. We're not doing that.
You show me the Dragon Force? Those are about 10 minutes.
See, that's 10 minutes of a lot of aggressive guitars, drums, and shredding. 30 minutes for one song?
Is it a rock musical?
No, not that one. But they have a rock opera album, but it's an album.
Only time I've ever listened to something that was over 15 minutes was a praise and worship YouTube video that lasted for 6 hours straight. And I did finish it.
And my first 15-minute song was "We Are the Champions" at the end of that Kanye West album. With Jay-Z and the whole Rockefeller, every single nigga
Everybody?
on the labels rapping.
What song did I finish? J. Cole's. It wasn't even like a song. It was some thank you.
His thank you.
Oh, his thank
Oh
you.
my
Thank you.
goodness.
Like I didn't know what I was getting myself into. I was just listening to it. I didn't look at the timestamp, and I looked. I'm like, why is there so much left? So I had to listen to it, and I'm like, well, I would never play that again. But thanks.
Yeah, literally. Well, I hate when they talk on top of songs, on top of music. Like, what was it? Mac Miller's Red Dot with Action Bronson. The song's super dope, but there's like a 2-minute poetry slam by Loaded Lux at the end of it. he goes, Miller Mac with the cheesy raps. And I'm just like, oh my God. Like, as soon as that part hits, I have to fucking turn it. It's like a minute and a half long, bro. I'm like I get it, Mac. Like, he's a Loaded Lux is a big name in hip hop, but 2-minute poetry? Acapella poetry?
Did they put it at the end though?
It's the end of the song.
Okay, that's good. When they slam it in the middle, it upsets me. Dearly.
Did you feel the same way about that Childish song from Camp?
Which one?
The last song on that album?
Yeah.
Where he was talking about the being on that bus and that girl bust him out.
Yeah. Those. Yeah. I know. Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Oh, fuck, I forgot the name of the song though.
I don't remember that.
I'm trying to pull it up right now.
Because no one listens to that song again because of it.
Yeah, and I listen to Camp.
I still listen to it but I also like the instrumental that right behind him. That Power. That's the song.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate when you talk over music.
Or when they make songs too short. Like what's the internet song after Come Over? Bitches want diamond rings, bird bags, and other things. That is my favorite
needs to be a
sound.
song.
That needs to be a song.
And it's a sketch.
Coldest
No,
thing. It's 30 seconds.
I got one for you. Baby, make me believe.
Oh, yeah.
Curse.
Curse.
Curse is 30 seconds long.
No, that's at least a minute. That's a minute.
No.
Maybe a minute.
No,
I
curse is a minute.
I'll give you a minute, bro. That's still not enough.
It's not enough.
Because
It's
they
not
come
enough.
in so funky. Baby, make me believe if I could.
Well, they
fall in
did the
love
full song at the concert.
They did.
Yeah.
And that upsets me because they have it.
It
They know the
exists.
whole composition of the song.
It exists.
No, it's longer than that because Curse starts at 3:40 and the whole song is 7 minutes.
Well, the rest of the song is him talking about
Yeah, he be talking.
about you doing drugs.
And then it's not even it's just music.
it's just-
Most of that is music.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That little piano, 2 minutes of
Yes,
that piano.
man.
Yeah.
I love the internet, man.
They're cold.
I think Justin Timberlake did
They
that
making
too.
new stuff.
Yeah.
He did that a lot. He did that a lot.
But it was weird. It was on Future Sex Love Sound.
He did it a lot. 'Cause a lot of his stuff was like hybrids and mix and interludes.
Set the mood. Was it Set the Mood Right?
It was Set the Mood
Set the
Right.
Mood Right
He-
was an interlude that I wish was a song.
He also, I think She Knows, had an interlude.
Yeah.
Like half of that album had interludes. Even
I hate when interludes aren't full songs.
even what was that other song he did? My Love had that
Yeah.
interlude.
No, I love
Yeah,
that.
Timberland and Pharrell like that shit, and I don't understand why.
Yeah, I don't get the concept of giving me two songs in one, but the second one slap harder than the first. Not saying it was bad, but when you give me the because now I want to just skip half the song. You're making me work too much.
Yeah, yeah. I got to download it. I got to edit it,
The timestamp and shit.
timestamp it.
Well, no, the flip. That's how I feel about Strawberry Bubblegum. The second part.
I don't even need the first.
Man.
Or what about your cut?
I'm in
Let the
love
groove get
with
in.
a fat
Yes.
Oh, when the beat when it changed,
that flip will let the groove get in.
It's
like stop being
jam.
like.
I got to download the album. I've listened to it in so long now.
Yeah, that's
was 'cause of,
2020
like-
part 1.
Was it a black thing?
Well, he turned on us. So I got upset.
He did not turn on us. He's a
went back to
Tennessee
his
man.
roots.
That's you know what I feel bad for him. He's like he keep making it's like I feel like he was like trapped. He's like, all right, guys, we'll make some more black music. And I really want to make this Tennessee music. Make some more black music, Justin. Okay.
Because we forgave his roots, bro. We remember the
Justified. that pop album.
Wait, no, when he was singing, him and Ryan Gosling was singing A Boyz II Men.
Oh,
Bro.
but look, hear me
We
out.
forgave that, bro.
No, but they was blowing though.
They were.
It was really
Right.
random that they chose to go there.
Ryan can sing,
At
man.
Disney?
Yes, at Disney.
You
like-
thought they would know better.
Like
I can see
location.
Nickelodeon doing that, but Disney.
They like, hey y'all, who told y'all like, hey y'all should really they gonna love that song.
They gonna eat
And
this
then
up.
why did the kids know the song?
I was so confused. That like
Like
who
they
showed-
were jamming.
You know, they were anyone. They hit one of those. that's the '90s R&B move. Right
Oh,
there.
in the past, I think I learned about that in the past 5 years. Like, this is
It was
very
like 2 years ago.
this is very new information for me. I'm
Yeah.
just like
It was like 2 years ago.
Yeah, I just learned it.
I'm like they did that, and everybody's like, yeah.
Well, yeah, remember though, Disney was like,
There's
they
a
were like,
sea of white kids.
they were like, hey, we have a bunch of Mickey Mouse troops, whatever they called them back in the day. We don't
Mickey
have
Mouse Club.
Mickey Mouse Club. We don't have a lot of blacks, and they're like, let's just sing them a song. Let's just cover a song. Kids Bop's doing that. We can do it. Let's cover one of their songs.
What are they like?
What do they like?
Boys to men.
Jodeci.
Jodeci.
Jodeci's really popular here.
Oh my lord.
Bring them in. Play the song. Pick one. It's an album.
Decided, why is Kids Bop still a thing?
Bro, who the same way Kids Bop still a thing, the same way Long John Silver is still a thing.
Or Arbys.
No, you know what? I can't knock Arbys because that is old people paradise with the potato cakes.
Oh, yeah.
Look,
You're right.
Arby size hit, but that's all I give them.
But look, I'll be seeing every time I drive by, it's just
Hold on now. I tried one of their Caesar wraps, the wraps they had for a little bit with the bacon.
they market fresh sandwiches is hits. It hits better than Subway's while you playing.
I've never had anything Arby's I didn't like. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Their market fresh category, and it's for a time, they were the only place you can buy deep fried Oreos.
Yeah. Popeyes have them now, though.
Popeyes?
Do they?
The ones in the cities do.
Oh, okay. Let's say.
Who's on? But see, I didn't have to wait for 79 minutes
Right.
for bad service. At least at Arby's, they ask me my name, look me in the eye, and don't hand me a little small receipt book for me to sign the receipt. I don't know why I still got to sign receipts on fast food. That was a weird thing to me. I thought we was over that.
Happy Friction. Remember the meat suit they sent to RDC?
Bro, and it's so popular. I don't know why Arbys has an anime culture, a nerd culture that they have, and for RDC World they send after that.
Did you see the skit with the yeah? So after that skit, they sent him a jumper fit of Arby's meat.
I mean, sweat, hoodie, and it's just meat on the fit. It's all white with meat and design head to toe.
They petty,
bro. Like
they hilarious.
I
bro.
love. I don't get them. I don't understand.
But you know what though? You know who like eats Arby's though? Fat nerdy white dudes, man.
You know what? It must be
playing WoW. Just
it has. But But look, let's go back. Let's go back to Purdue. I ain't never seen an empty Arby's bag at that table. I ain't never seen them bring in. I saw McDonald's.
Tyler got Arby's a lot though. My old roommate Tyler.
Okay,
he was an Arby's dude, and Ryan. They're both.
I was getting who's keeping these people in like the same.
Long John Silver's a mystery. I haven't
like they survived the pandemic
in years,
and their shit's not good. They did.
It's that breading, man. It's that bread and them crumbs.
The whole platter is
and
dry.
Them crumbs. It's the bread.
It's a dry meal.
And the tartar sauce is thick, boy. You can't.
Thick boy. That boy thick.
It is the breading and
bro. The pettiness. And he has to put it on with the dumb face on.
Wait, the hat though.
Make sure you put that in the.
I just screenshot that one.
Like they so petty.
That's hilarious.
Arbys, bro. Social media is weird, man. Because Wendy's social media is keeping them in the business. Boy.
Social media is how you get
Wendy. Yeah, because Wendy's low key is falling off to me.
Oh, they so I don't even isn't. I remember. Let's go back to college. Wendy's was the place. It was preferred burger place.
Even before
fries.
the 4 for 4.
Yeah.
By far the best chicken sandwich.
Chicken sandwiches,
real
burgers,
nuggets,
lemonade.
The Frosties, bro. We kept a Frosty on us on our keychains.
If we weren't driving the fucking Steak and Shake, next step was Wendy's.
Yep.
Yeah, because Steak and Shake was that was between what was that
2 a.m. and fucking 4 a.m.
Yeah, they happy hour. They decided to be crack hours of dawn.
And I feel like it was a challenge. Like you stay open at 2 a.m. nigga on a Wednesday.
If you didn't catch that 3 to 5, it was at 2 to 4.
You said you think I'm not gonna come out here for $1.50 shake,
bro?
You don't understand.
We took naps and strategically woke up right for the happy hour.
I was having conversations like, "Hey man, make sure you wake me up so we can. If I don't get up, this is what I want."
6 of us riding the fucking Steak and Shake in the middle of the night in college.
So drunk college people and drunk people are keeping Steak and Shake open.
Oh yeah.
I have no idea who's keeping Long John Silver open. I have no idea.
The elite, I guess. I don't know.
I actually hate what's this?
Because they're expensive too.
Man, they be taxing.
They are not cheap
at all.
Might as well eat a Red Lobster.
Those hush puppies are decent though. That's the only good thing they have on the menu.
And the crumbs.
Yep, at the bottom, that corner pocket there, your little paper. You just
man. I need to just learn how to make the batter and deep fry me some chicken.
You know
myself.
what place I hate, and I hate that they're still in business. Charlie's cheesesteak.
Oh, Charlie. I think that's like a California.
And I guess I'm so mad because like I go to like
they're
legit.
trash.
I go to hood spots.
They're so they're.
And to get a Philly cheesesteak, and I'm like, my stuff is weighted.
It's sloppy.
It's sloppy, but you know what? It's good.
Good.
I got a cheesesteak from them. It's all pretty. I could see through. I couldn't see through the bag.
The bun was dry.
Bun was dry. I bit this thing, and I'm like, "How much is this? $8 but you give me a little 6-inch sub? Nah, bro, we gonna have." And but they be slapping. Everybody be there. I'm like, "What are you? Is it me?"
No, it's trash.
There was a place, like by my school called Johnny's. It was a sub place, and the line. I shit you not, it was never not a line. Regardless of the weather, time of day, they only sold beef sandwiches, Polish sausages, and Italian ice. Those are the only 3 things they sold. I'm talking about people buy 4 or 5 beef sandwiches. I finally got one. That motherfucker had to be like yay big.
Was it good at least?
Bro, I don't know. Because I ate it in 3 bites. It was like, because I was with my older cousin. And he bought 3 and I bought 1 Italian ice. I'm like, fuck you bought 3 for? We get from the front door to the car. We sit in the car. He already ate 1.5. I'm like, damn, nigga. He's like, bro, they're small. Trust me, they're small.
You know what? That reminds me of the story my dude Travis told me in high school when his uncle from Africa went to White Castle for the very first time.
This sounds golden already.
Go ahead.
Because
I'm gonna act it out as you go.
Yeah, because they went there and everybody's like he's never had White Castle, so they took him to White Castle. So he ordered last, not knowing. So of course, nephew orders like, oh, I want 8 cheeseburgers. Pops is like, I want 15 cheeseburgers, and he looking like, you motherfucking Americans are so he's like, you're overeating and obese, you fat people. So he said, I want 1. When he got that slider, he damn near cursed them fools out. Man. He was so pissed.
First of all, the combos don't even start with 1. You automatically get 2 if you get a combo.
Well, they didn't get combo. They just got sliders.
I'm just saying.
He said, can I get 1 cheeseburger, please? Yeah, cool. For the kid in the back, clearly.
What is this? Where's the rest of my sandwich?
Bro, I can just imagine the shock on his face. Hey, let me get 15 cheeseburgers. 15? What is wrong with y'all?
Don't get me wrong. 15 is excessive.
You're not dead.
You don't need 15 White Castle burgers.
Bro, we bought. There was
we was
15.
Look, me and Torrance can knock a case out.
Yeah.
It was 30 in the morning.
With chicken rings.
And the fries.
Instead of getting fries, we got chicken rings as the side.
Yeah, me and my boy Ian used to eat a cold crave case by ourselves, just the 2 of us. So it's possible. And the case was 30?
Yeah, 30.
Oh, I used to get. Oh, nah. I didn't even get crave cases. I got the fish sandwiches. I got 10 fish sandwiches. Those motherfuckers are. Oh my god. I forgot about that. I didn't go get from.
I had to stop getting them because they couldn't tell me what fish it was. I asked. Well, hey, what's fish in this? I'm like, oh, just fish. I'm like,
stop making fish noises.
Swimming. They're in the water.
McDonald's, what type of meat is this? He's on to us.
Kill him.
This fucking shadow clone just fly away.
I look outside. There's a shadow clone McDonald's worker surrounding my car. Get out the car.
They throw a smoke down. The smoke clears you in the Burger King.
I wasn't here.
What do you want?
Hey, so in California, there's a lawsuit for Subway because their tuna isn't fish.
What? Their tuna.
I need the soul music.
Hold on, look. Let me tell y'all. I can't remember.
I've eaten so many tuna sandwiches from Subway,
That's
bro.
the only thing I used to eat.
It is not fish.
Y'all eating paper. Y'all eating paper. Y'all eating.
So wait, I hope it's paper. I hope it, because it could be like, oh man, that's horse ass. Like I take paper over horse ass any day.
So look, this is the headline: Subway's tuna is not tuna, but a mixture of various concoctions.
Not even food, not even fishes. They even say various fishes, various meats, concoctions.
You know how.
And this is in California.
Is it just California?
They are the ones who are filing the lawsuit.
They live on the ocean though. They have the easiest access to fish.
But see, here's my problem: is Subway is corporate,
and the thing is,
they send them the stuff, so it has to be everywhere.
And then it says that it has absolutely no tuna in it.
So they're selling lies.
You didn't read me that. I thought it was like how Taco Bell used to be only like 20% meat.
And then what's crazy? We were okay with 80%.
I was okay with 80.
Where they were 80% meat. Now I'm like, oh, that's acceptable. That's the majority of it to me. What was that?
What's the 20?
What was the comedian?
Chris Porter.
Chris Porter.
He's like,
yeah, sawdust.
Sawdust?
It's not food.
If it was sawdust, I'd go behind and chop down this fucking tree and make some nachos. Where is he, bro? He's so fucking funny.
I don't know.
Subway denied it. They said that it's 100% cooked tuna.
But no,
it delivers 100% cooked tuna to its restaurants.
Nah, man, that sounds some real like lawyer stuff.
The legal team is
They
speaking.
say we deliver 100% tuna to the stores. Okay, do you tell your employees to mix something?
No.
Do you make sure? Got to look up, make sure my child's not breaking anything.
Oh, she has to go pot. Okay,
look at her. Yeah, so like that's the legal team. We deliver 100% meat to our stores. Am I eating 100% tuna? Is that what you're saying? Answer that question.
What are they doing on their part? Are they mixing it with something?
Are you telling them like, hey, you get the bag? Oh, just use the concoctions, sprinkle some tuna in there, and then you got, man, this will last you for
And
days.
then you drop a dash of chemical X in there.
And then this little tuna, you can feed 5,000. Now you're Jesus. So you're just good to go.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Not Jesus.
5 loaves, 2 fish.
Can I get the 12-inch Jesus?
Yeah, man, cool, man. Just
With-
give me 1
with a
second.
side of red.
Well, they don't know. So they're like saying that the allegations aren't sufficient.
See, anytime there's allegations, how? Like, something had to bring this up. You just don't pull the allegation out of nowhere.
I mean, but do you? I'm bored and I want to take down.
But my thing
Subway.
is,
Well, realistically speaking, think about it. Isn't that how they got the lawsuit with the $5 foot long?
Yeah.
Is it somebody's random decided to measure it?
Somebody
but
legitimately
see,
measured
that's
it.
easy. That's easy to prove. I get a tuna sub from Subway. I'm at home like,
Yeah,
the
because
fuck am I eating?
What device do you have? Are you some lab scientist where you just have a chemical brain?
And that was
be a
the
food
thing. They were
scientist.
saying like they haven't disclosed like where they got the testing done or
I
who did
guarantee
the
you-
testing. Like they're not showing any proof of anything.
I guarantee you, it was somebody in school that was in the biology degree and says, you know what? Let me just, because let's be real. If we had the access to a lab, I'd be testing stuff all the time.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they probably like tested it, boom, boom. They're like, wait, hold on, y'all.
This isn't the compound for tuna.
What? Hold on. This is green. Lawsuit.
Yeah.
You know what though? They probably like they're gonna find out some shit that's gonna make them upset, but then also help Subway win because it's gonna be like tuna, but it's gonna be like tuna eyes, tuna skin, tuna organs,
Tail of tuna.
tail of tuna, like
Just the fin, just the
a
scale.
shit ton of tuna shit that's not tuna meat in there. Make a lot of people upset.
They said technically it's tuna. You asked.
Yeah,
asked
from
for
the
that.
compound, it is 0.067% tuna.
Yeah, because I mean, like we eat cows as a whole, like we eat everything off a cow. But if I give you a taco and they say, "Oh, that's cow dick," what's the difference between that cow dick and that pork shoulder, that cow shoulder, or that T-bone off the spine?
Only thing is different is me knowing about it.
Yeah.
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 Ignorance is
Different,
bliss,
bro.
Don't tell me. Well, that ruined hot dogs for me.
Ruined chitlins for me.
Yeah, me too.
I had goat brain for the first time, and that fucked me up because I didn't know what it was. Someone told me it was goat. They just said it was goat, and I'm like, oh, this is real tender. Like, this is good. Like, oh yeah, it's from the skull. I'm like, oh.
Do you slowly still eat it?
Because it's like, because then the next question is, what part is the skull? Because there's no good answer.
The front lobe.
But like, because you got cheek, you got tongue, you got eyes, you got brain. That's all you got.
Yeah,
And
you're right.
So you gotta. So best case is cheek because
Yeah.
it's like, okay, that's
I don't want to eat a tongue.
fine.
Or an
tongue
eyeball.
is the tongue is. I feel like tongue is worse
Tongue
than
is
brain.
Tongue is weird. You know they sell out at Myers.
Yeah, lingua.
You can get cow tongue at Myers.
It's actually pretty good if you mix it with I think it's either chicken
How
or
do you
chorizo.
cook it?
You
Because it's a tongue.
Because you chop it, you dice it.
And does it do like
Does it still have muscle memory?
It's in pieces. You chop it into pieces. You can't tell it's tongue.
lick it?
That's
it-
weird. If I gotta chop it,
JoJo.
The problem with
Such a weird anime.
the problem with tongue is that it's gray, and then when you cook it, it's gray. And I hate things you cook that doesn't change color.
Gotta put some taco sauce.
You have no
Ketchup,
idea.
some barbecue
You have
sauce.
no idea.
Need some color in there, some green, some parsley. Something has to give that thing life.
Yeah, if you fed me some random meat or a thing that was just gray, I'm not eating it.
Well, I told my buddy Steve, I was like, because he's like, oh, try it. I'm like, oh, this is awful. I mean, it was good, but I said it was awful because I knew what it was. He's like, what do you think is missing? I'm like, oh, culture. I don't have the culture to eat this. Sorry, bro. Y'all built like this.
But you know what? But that's a real point because like people like other cultures, they eat insects like it's none. It's nobody's business.
covered in chocolate.
They
and
just be
everything.
smashing.
F that, nah.
And I'm just like,
Spider
it's
legs.
good for protein.
You know what? A memory came up. We was watching one of them cooking shows that was on Hulu, and they had to do, I think, deep fried tarantula. I'm like,
Oh, yep. I
was
remember
like,
that.
whose idea is it to cook and eat tarantula?
But how did it start as a culture? Like, were you starving? Were
A
you
lot of it's poor cultures, yeah, usually.
like, I'm dying, and then next thing you know, you freaking see the tarantula, deep fried and marinated.
Well, it was one dude I watched that show, Chef's Table. these 2 dudes from Brazil. One dude from Brazil, one dude from Spain. They cook a lot of shitty food. They use really shitty parts of food. Like they only use like roots or like the end of lettuce and shit like that in their foods, and they make really expensive dishes. So they made a taco because that episode was Mexico. So they had to make tacos, and they made cricket tacos for the judges, and they ended up winning that episode because it tasted so good. But like, who would think to make cricket be your only meat? And your taco is cricket. Everything else like cricket, lettuce, sour cream, and other shit. Yeah, and like gold flakes on top of the cricket.
Who was cooking with gold flakes?
These niggas, bro. Watch Chef's Table. It's probably my favorite cooking show of all time.
That's like the most random and useless thing I see in food. Like they put it in like gold slog and they put it on random. Like, why are you putting gold flake in?
Bro, that's a new level of balling. Let me just eat the mineral.
Let me eat the money.
What was you guys watch that 2 Chainz show?
Oh, the most expensive.
Most
I
expensive
didn't watch
shit.
it.
Yeah,
I've seen clips from it.
he's only got a $1,000 bottle of air.
Yes.
$1,000 bottle of air.
Yeah, the guy goes to different places in the world and collects air through in a truck.
And he sells it, bro.
He sells it.
He sells it, bro.
That's just as bad as Kiss selling air guitar strings.
Nah, that's worse, my guy. Because there's no effort in that. This dude, because he has pictures of him, because he went to.
He travels.
His worst one was he had hired a
We're
team
going to
of guys.
revisit that, though.
We're gonna revisit that. But he had a team of guys with Mount Everest, and he collected like he said 2 tons of Mount Everest air that goes for like $1,000 a bottle.
People buy it,
and you just. And apparently the 2 Chainz got a head high from it though, because it's that pure H2O. No, O2.
Whatever the fuck.
Pure O2.
Whatever that scientific.
you can sell rainwater.
No, you can't. That's illegal.
Oh yeah, that is illegal.
Collecting rainwater is
I
illegal.
forgot that is illegal.
Why?
Huh?
Why?
Because it makes people too self-dependent.
Yes, I'm out.
Illegally, you have to pay for water.
Wow.
Arbys Friction has left the building.
Shit like that.
So I can't.
Can't collect rainwater
Yeah, it is.
anywhere.
I mean, how do they know?
You know what?
Telling?
I don't know.
If I got a bucket in my backyard that is solely meant to just collect water when it rains, who is like, what are you using that water for? What you got, like, why do you have a bucket of water in your backyard? What is that about?
That's natural. Pour it out. Pour it out, son.
Hey, no.
That's natural, my guy.
Okay, so I got a lady.
I hate people.
And she actually like filters her own water.
Osmosis, bro.
With what?
So is she doing it illegally?
Osmosis.
Wait.
Osmosis is
Water.
water.
From what?
Is it rainwater?
No air.
Oh, okay.
Pulls it from the air?
Yeah. Oh, that's so cool.
That's
Never mind
different,
then.
though.
Okay.
Because she's creating the weather.
She's scientifically producing, making
Bro,
a
it's so
cloud.
crazy.
Hey, had to
Like
say that.
she literally brought some jars of water, and I'm like, I want to taste it. This is pure. Like osmosis water. You know how balling that is.
Oh, don't drink that one. I cut that one with meth. Oh, this is the rather. This is the
There was
pure.
meth in the air when
There was meth in there.
we were cutting this one.
Oh, magicians. There's opioids in the atmosphere.
That's true.
Oh my god.
Well, it'd be a crisis according to white people.
Man,
Damn, I tried not to bash him. Tried to go a whole episode not bash him.
I can't help it.
God
You're
damn
a
it.
mean one, Mr. Grinch.
Going back to TV show.
Yeah, okay. Just going back to TV shows real quick. Okay, so King Zeph made me watch the first episode of Black Dynamite season 2.
Season 2.
Okay, so it is black people. So context: first Black History Month in history. First premiere of Roots. It upset the black people. Long story short, white people got enslaved. And white people were singing Caucasian spirituals. They were in chains.
They were picking cotton with picks.
They were picking cotton with picks, not combs. They referenced
They
that.
made sure it's
They
specific.
made
It's
sure
not
it was-
combs.
they said not
They're-
combs. These are picks. And then once what ended up happening, one of the things is that
They started dying.
they started dying because of the hard labor. So the black people had to pamper their slaves to keep them alive. So it slowly reversed to the slave owners pampering their slaves to keep them alive. And then when they freed them, I think there was a whole bunch of white oppression going on because they literally went through.
They really went through Black history, but in the reverse.
Segregation. And they said we can't go back to our normal lives because of this month of slavery. I mean, I don't understand how they got the okay. Because this is Cartoon Network and on what, HBO Max?
It's on HBO Max now because it was on Cartoon Network. It was Adult Swim.
Like, so Michael J. White went into a board of execs and says, "Hey, season 2, this is what we got." And they sat there and they said,
"Gold."
But hey,
yeah.
How do you say no to it?
But see,
if you're the people at the table, and I come to you, and I'm like, "Yeah, this is our first episode," you gonna tell me no?
I guess my frame of reference is that Boondocks. They had to fight for the how much they put in their show. Dave Chappelle had to fight for what he put in his.
They walked so Michael J. White can run.
But this is cancel culture.
But think about it though. We're sitting in the room, right? And across the table from me is Regina King. I can say no to her. Across the table from me is Dave Chappelle. I can say no to him. Across the table from them, Michael J. White. At some point, you got to worry about your safety.
Look, even though it is cancel culture, it is also the time of allies.
I'm sorry, Black people.
Yes, this is the.
When did they make the season?
This is the patronizing time.
What's that? 2 years ago, I think.
Yes, yeah. So that was the height. That was the start of it. Mm-hmm. That was the start of all the patronizing.
What did Jadena say? White niggas.
He made. You know what? I love that song. He made us. Yeah.
White niggas. White niggas. That's a great song.
It's a wonderful song. Breaking in your house. You shot my dog. You shot my effing dog. Come here, sir. He wasn't even barking.
I'm trying to get all full context. I forgot the movie came out in 2009.
Oh, shit! You're a graduate high school.
Made me watch that.
Oh, I love it.
That was the best, worst thing.
Well, nigga gives you little. That 35-minute explanation of see Mississippi crooked letter SS and you put that. Oh,
M&M's melt in your hand,
bro.
It took that long. So the cartoon started in 2011 and then ended in 2015.
Well, you know what? It just
took them forever to air it.
Oh.
Because I'm just like, it said the final episode of the pilot was in August 8, 2011. And then the official episode aired a year later. And the final episode was January 10th, 2015.
So season 2 is ended in 15?
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
They probably
was waiting to release it. Like, when's the good time?
You know what, though? Sometimes, shows get second sweep sometimes. Kind of like, it's literally what happened to Family Guy. Family Guy.
Yeah, it got 2 seasons and then got canceled.
For 2 years. And then came back. Or was it a year and a half?
I thought it was around 3, but it might have been.
I think it might have been longer than 2. 2 or 3 years. It was a long time though before they got swept back.
Who picked up? Because didn't Netflix save a show? How long was Lucifer canceled?
Oh yeah, they picked up Lucifer. It was a year.
Okay,
it was a year. They picked up Lucifer.
Yeah, because Family Guy was on Fox. Then they got canceled. Then, of course, Adult Swim picked it up. Mm-hmm. And then it got popular again. And then Fox picked it back up. And then that's when they did their whole agreement with them swapping it kind of back and forth, where it's like, okay, the new episodes will premiere on Fox, and then the next week they'd show it on Adult Swim. Uh-huh. Kind of weird how they did that.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's smart. Like, fuck it. We both get the same amount of money.
Why not?
Seth is
Is that 2 checks for Seth?
Maybe.
Has to be. Jinx.
I've been jinxed in a long time. I know the rules.
And you just broke the jinx just like that.
Oh, really?
You can't talk.
Yeah, somebody has to say your name.
Oh.
Now, what's the rules? I've seen multiple rules. One is like a stabbing. One is like you owe somebody a Pepsi.
One of them to get hit in the nuts with a whip-a-ball bat.
Yeah.
Wow.
You can choose.
Well, I just hope
I'm about violence today, I guess.
I just hope and pray that you don't end up like Barney Stinson and get hit by a bus.
Yeah.
He survived, but
Yeah, I turned him gay though.
What?
Is she dying?
Yeah, though. Anyway, regardless.
Who's your mama? Oh, she called you.
Look, Britt, I'm sorry you had to be tortured through Black Dynamite, but you needed to see.
I was sitting there so upset watching that movie.
I was amazed
Because
the booms, the mic booms is what
I threw that shit before I walked in the room.
The fight with Abraham Lincoln, I think.
Oh no, he came in and then karate chopped the gun out of his hand. The ghost of Abraham Lincoln.
I just
like
this is real. This is a real movie.
How did we get to the Abraham Lincoln ghost fight? Yeah,
I
forgot about that
shit before I walked in the room.
Fiendish Dr. Wu.
That might be the best.
That's the
movie
that's
clip
the best
I've ever
satire movie, I think.
it is.
It has to be one of the
so
best
underrated,
satire.
bro. That needs to be bigger than it is.
And he still ain't dropped, but Johnny Black,
Oh
the Western one. I was like, Mike, I need you to drop that movie. I need it because I need whoever.
He's such an interesting person, Michael J. White.
Because
he carries himself
random.
He carries himself so like not serious, but like his interviews are serious. He'd like, but
It's
he
the
just
voice.
such goofy shit, man.
It's the voice, man. It's that deep
Yeah,
octave he got.
Well,
sexy ass voice, boy. Big boy, that boy, a thick ass boy.
one thing, Michael J. White. So it was a random video where he was talking about Shaolin monks.
Oh,
And he was so angry about it. And I mean, it's Michael J. White talking. I didn't look to fact check. About maybe a year later, it was legitly a student of the Shaolin Temple and debunked everything that because Michael J. White said there's no Shaolin monks. They don't exist. The temple doesn't exist. No one knows how to be trained by them. It's all fake. And a person from the actual monastery was like, no, it's still there. I trained there, and my grandfather trained there, and grandfather before that trained there.
Because he said some wild shit, but like I know what he was talking about though, because there is a documentary about this guy who because the monk, you're allowed to leave the temple as a monk and come back, and like when you're there, you're there. When you're gone, you can do what you want. So he left, and he was training to do a certain like hour-long kata thing to be his one of the last 2 levels before he's like a master or something like that, like really high level guy. And they were following him. They're following the monks around, and like they get Wi-Fi, they get like electronics, and like they get like like it's not as strict as people make it seem, but it's still as traditional as it used to be. That makes sense. Yeah. They still meditate for hours on that, and they still got the really aggressive training. They train all day. Yeah. But when they're off though, they're like normal people. Like they have Wi-Fi, they have normal beds. Like they're not sleeping on the floor, and like what I mean, they have like light switches and shit. Like what I mean, like it's
they're not the Amish.
They're not the Amish. You know what I mean? So people like they're both technically correct, but he was wrong for saying that's not real.
Well, he said it's not real, and also like the temple got destroyed and there's no temple, and it was like, well, no, the temple got attacked, but they rebuilt it. Yeah, like so the version was that the
ancient temple's not there anymore.
Yeah, his whole version like that no one can technically know the Shaolin's fighting style because all of them died and the temple got destroyed. So everybody that you see walking around with the monks are tourist attractions.
Well,
which I can believe. I mean, yeah, but because and I can believe in a sense because look, if put some robes on, walk around, and get people like, ooh, monks. Like, yeah, I mean, it's a money grab. Anything for a money grab makes sense to me, but like to say, oh no, absolutely
disrespectful.
Well, anything post technology. Like Shotokan karate is not the same as it was 200 years ago.
It was definitely not.
You gonna send me and tell me that someone right now knows all the katas from 200 years ago?
Because
there's a bunch of lost shit.
It's all verbal.
It's all verbal. So it's just one nigga to go like sitting like this. Like, hey, you meant like this? Nah. He said like this.
And you know what? That's so real because even like my style is Shorin-ryu, and like the way I do it is based off my instructor, and his instructor went to actually Japan to know it. And even how my father teaches, like 5 of us do one kata slightly different. So I can imagine 200 years down the line, that slight difference is going to be like, all right, so yeah, you do this, then you do that. And I'm like, that's not even close.
That's not right.
The only like place The only martial art I think that's like strictly regulated like that is Taekwondo. To get their last degree, you have to go to is it Japan? Right?
Taiwan.
Taiwan, right? You have to go to Taiwan, and there's 10 guys, 10 grandmasters there, and they're there lifelong until they die, and then the other 9 vote someone in. So to get your 10th degree in Taekwondo, you have to go in front of those 10 guys. So it's always going to be the same thing up to that point. So that's one of the most regulated. But like jiu-jitsu is like, I've gone to places where I've wrestled brown belts and purple belts, and I'll wash them. But then you go to somewhere with a purple belt, a blue belt, who was like a blue belt who can like tap me out. So like it's so saturated, you don't know who.
Yeah, I mean, but I've seen that even with going to tournaments and stuff with Jeremy, and I mean, like of course not everybody is doing showroom rule, but it's so crazy to watch the talent difference in people who have the same belt.
He's giving out belts.
You know, it's you can
like
tell. You can like because I personally haven't been doing karate for the last 10 years, but I have been watching it for like the last 13, 14, and from a spectator's point of view, I genuinely can watch and know like, okay, you should be this belt, that should be that belt. You should know this, you should know that. And you'll go to a tournament and you'll see a brown belt and my yellow belt knows more than this brown belt. Like it's really nothing but an accessory with some schools, and it's
because I lost my purple belt.
Trash.
Oh,
when my car got hit, my cousin was driving it. My trunk opened up on the expressway and I lost all my shit.
Did you get a certificate? Did you have a certificate with it?
Lost that too.
Yeah, irresponsible martial artist. How was it in your trunk? How long would it? Now, okay, before I talk about you, did you just get it and accident happened, or it's been sitting in your trunk for a while?
Maybe 4 months, 3 months.
It's just such a
3-4 months. But my thing was,
martial art.
My thing was though, I wasn't even like.
You just like to fight,
but and then like the tournament, and like and I did no-gi anyway, so it was like beginner, intermediate, advanced. They didn't even ask for a belt.
Yeah,
they asked what level were you? I'm like intermediate or advanced. Like they didn't like what belt are you? No, I don't give a fuck about that.
Belt doesn't. It was a time where it did matter. It doesn't matter.
No, not now.
It doesn't matter. Like it should, but it doesn't. Like it's even can you fight it? You can't.
I was surprised your dad started putting stripes. Started doing striped belts.
I was surprised too.
Cause I was like, what?
Unfortunately, stripes make money.
Oh, of course.
People need short-term goals to stick to stuff.
And 25.
You know what? You're right.
$25 for
especially kids, their attention spans are so short.
Yeah,
they need rewards.
Yeah,
to show some type of progress.
You can't make them go a year without knowing
that they did something.
That they did something right or they did something good.
And back in the day, my dad used to have people hold belts for 2-3 years.
Yeah, didn't he take your brown belt from you? And you could go back.
Yeah, they didn't complain. Oh, he made me hold brown belt, so I stopped karate for about 2 years. And he made me hold my brown belt for 2 years.
So you were brown for 4?
Yeah, 4 years total. And then he gave.
You should be though.
What?
You should. I mean, like you should be when you get to those higher level belts like that. Like jiu-jitsu is different because only 5 belts for us. But like once you become brown, you should be brown for 3 years. Like you shouldn't be brown for like if you become because like in my mind, if you become a brown belt and 2 years later you have your black belt, you miss something from brown to black. There's no way you can get a black belt in that 2 year span of being brown.
The thing is, the 2 years is you're supposed to be able to test, so it's not guaranteed.
Yeah.
So after 2 years, you're supposed to test for it, and if you're not meeting qualifications, you have to wait till your next test season. So like, if you're like good, you're like okay, you get it. If you're not like you're okay, nah, you don't get it. But I get what you're saying because what happens a lot is that belts are on a circuit, not by skill.
Yeah.
Oh, every year you get a belt. Wait. Everybody doesn't learn the same.
Because 2 years is like, you're saying like, oh, I get in 2 years. But if you come once a week for 2 years, and this guy comes 4 times a week for 2 years, different. You're not the same type of black
belt. Your learning curve is different.
And also if that person goes in, actually the person that comes in 4 also practices after. I mean, like is like hey, I'm about to be something with this.
Yeah, and you could tell when a person shouldn't have gotten a belt because they either, or you can tell what their goal was from the get. Because I've seen a lot of times when they make black belt and then that's it. You never see them again. They don't never practice again. You just like that was it.
Like, what's the fucking point of saying you're a black belt but don't use it?
Man, Ooh, don't get me started.
It's like, hey, I got a gun. Put it in a case on top of your
It's in a glass box.
glass box top of your fire department or your fireplace.
I'm a black belt and I can fight.
I got a concealed carry.
Well, yeah,
where's your gun? Oh, it's
because
at home.
It validates them.
Right. Yeah, it's at home. Pristine.
It validates them. It's, hey, look, I accomplished this. This is what this says about me. So respect. You got to respect me because I'm a black belt.
And I've always been a firm believer. Like, I don't like. Let's fight. You know, if I lose, then you're good. Like, because your rank doesn't mean. Let me see your skill, because I'm 19th degree. Well, you know what? Can you fight? I would love to see it. If I lose, I lose. But let me just.
What's the problem? People don't play enough. People play too many team sports. Team sports ruined, like, almost mental toughness in a sense, because, like, if you go to, I guess, okay, because wrestling is like when I wrestle, right? Even at like the highest level, like in state tournaments or like regionals, sectionals, there's only 4 mats, and there's 200 competitors. So like, all we can do is watch the 4 mats people are wrestling on. So there's 8 people wrestling at a time. Mm-hmm. So if you get pinned, you're getting pinned in front of 500 people. Like, that's the most embarrassing way to lose. You lose a fight, it's just you and one other person fighting. You got beat. You got beat up in front of 100 people. You got knocked out in front of a couple hundred people. Like, a team sport, like, you lose a team sport, it's 40 of you. Like, man, he didn't do his job, or he didn't do his job.
You can point the blame at somebody else.
Point fingers. Yeah. Like, it doesn't hurt because it's like, it's spotlight not on you. Maybe like for a quarterback sometimes, like a star player on the basketball team, maybe. Mm-hmm. But it will never be the same. Especially like, you ever like, I mean, you've lost stuff before, right?
Yeah.
That moment.
I'm not that good, bro.
I'm just saying. Like,
I talk a game.
But like, big stuff like, finals and shit like that, right?
Yeah.
So like, because we have like a tournament called Stillman Valley.
Oh, bro, I lost on the grand champion stage before, where it's arena and they cut all the lights out and it's just a spotlight on you and another guy.
Yeah.
Heartbreaking.
Yeah. It hurts, bro.
They give you the trophy to somebody else. You're like,
that's the worst part, man. I got pinned by a freshman my senior year. Now, his brothers were all state champions. He had 2 brothers, both state champions, but like, still though, like, we're 200-pound freshmen. Like, I should be throwing your ass around. No, he pinned me in sectionals, and then then you got to stand there. They're holding your hand, and then the guy like forces your hand down, so you can't even walk away or wrestle. He's
that believe.
And then the wrestler they raise the other guy's hand. Then they turn you to face the other side. And so you're like walking in a circle, face all 4 sides, getting your hand held by the ref. And you just got pinned by someone 3 years younger than you in high school. And you're wearing this tight ass singlet. You can't take your headgear off. Headgear looks stupid. So I'm sitting here just with the chin strap,
just dumb, with the face
just
on,
boo boo face, bro. You gotta shake the coach's hand. People watching this whole thing. You gotta walk over there, shake the coach's hand, walk back to your coach, get yelled at, sit down, and it's embarrassing.
Yeah.
It is a driving force, bro.
I remember. I never forget that. Just being, all lights off, bro. Dark. Lights on the stage. It's an elevated stage, so everybody's on the ground floor. Oh, yeah, all right, match. Third. All right, bow, face each other, show some love. And just the crowd he lost. You just got to slowly walk off the stage.
That would bring me back to the pre-solo and ensemble recitals that we used to have at school.
Y'all was fighting?
No, not fighting.
Y'all, you wasn't playing, bro.
It was jazz fight.
Brendan
Watch yourself, nigga.
Brendan started throwing sticks across the thing. Wow.
Beat the nigga ass a funky bass line.
Sticks were thrown, but not for that reason. Anyway. But no, like, my band director had a thing, like, anybody that was doing solo and ensemble, he made you, like, in front of everybody, perform your solo or ensemble in front of everybody before the actual event.
Actual state. Mm-hmm.
And and it was like, at that moment, it's like, people, like, either people who weren't properly practicing and weren't really prepared for it. It was one of those things, I'm just like, why can't they just go in front of the, like, just do it in front of the judge and get their, like, crap metal instead of being embarrassed for everybody knowing that they're not ready for it?
Oh, because let's be real. Because solo and ensemble, you don't perform that in front of that many people.
You're performing for like against one or two judges.
Yep.
And if you have people that you came with, they may watch.
Yeah,
but
so it's like I don't even know the example he was trying to prove.
I saw it.
Like if you could like if I bet the turtle, if I bet solo and ensemble, there's 6 people there, and 3 of them I know. Yeah. So why am I performing in front of 45 people? What are you helping me?
What are you proving, sir?
Like I said, and I hated it because it'd be one of those things. It's like I have somebody with my section or somebody in the lower band. So we had a symphonic band and wind ensemble, and I usually because I wanted to ditch not take another random class, I took both bands just to fill up a class slot. So I have somebody from like symphonic band do one. And of course, their stuff, they're not on the same level, so they're doing something easier. And then I had to get up and play mine. I'm like, ugh. It's like
if you can't perform in front of 90 people, you're not going to do it in front of 3. What?
But then on top of that, it was just a display of just like the skill gap between people. Just like, so you're just blatantly showing everybody else that
that's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Like, well, here's like, do we need that? Do we need to embarrass more people so they can fight harder?
I don't know. I've been hold before. I don't think it would make me any better than I already was.
It makes me try harder if I fight that guy the next time.
I'll take that any day. That just means I was lazy. I didn't practice. To get manhandled and hold, that's a different conversation, bro. That hurts. That hurt the heart.
Yeah, getting beat up is different than not being good at something.
Well, I think one of the worst feelings was like losing.
Unless it's your passion, though. That hurts.
Yeah, like anything's your passion.
Anything's your passion. You're not good at it. That's gonna hurt.
But still, like getting knocked out and compare.
The difference between that though is like when I lose in front of people, I'm not seeing those people again. You gotta sit next to them motherfuckers.
Like
You know
tomorrow.
what I mean?
Yeah, they'll be like, man,
Like you gotta sit next to that person. Like, and then you sitting here, Brittany's over here like, oh man, that nigga trash, bro.
Wait, it's a casual conversation. Like, hey, have you practiced yet?
You practice, bro?
Dang.
Yeah, that's kind of ass too though. You gotta sit with these motherfuckers every day.
No, well, look, like, so using that same example in tournament, like I remember it was one tournament where one of our we had a rival school and one person of our school lost against that rival school. You know, tournaments are usually on Sundays, and we had practice. The first practice was on Monday, so everyone like, man, you better beat him. Don't let him beat you. You let him beat him. That Monday practice, you in the class with everybody to watch you fight, you was kind of holding the school on your back, and they were just like, all right, well, we're gonna train hard today. And the instructor was he was very not happy and took it out on the whole class. So everybody else just over there working out, just looking at him like, oh man, I promise you, bro. Ooh, wait till we start sparring. And he just got it.
I wonder if that's how I can't remember what school it was. It was a football game. One of our rival schools that we were playing a game against, they went on the radio and talked how bad they was going to beat us. And we murdered them niggas. Like, it was like in the first quarter, it was like 36-0.
Oh,
That's embarrassing.
And that was the first quarter. And it didn't get any better. And I'm like, y'all went on the radio.
no, that's what like I guarantee you when they got back the coach probably. Oh, they probably died.
They're like, said, what happened to them after the fact? They're just like, not only did you just embarrass y'all, like,
No, you represent anything and you gas it up and then you lose. Oh, you just
and you lose bad. Like they didn't even. I don't even think they scored a touchdown. If they did, they got one.
I remember one time this kid in our school, because we always have two. We had two schools that were our rivals, Chicago Christian and Aurora, and we never beat them. Like all 4 years I was there, we never beat them in football ever. So one kid like brought up and he's like, "Hey, how are they rivals? We never beat them." And that made our coach so motherfucking. I was like, "Why the fuck would you say that?"
he's gonna take.
You're like,
Boy,
good
we
question.
ran.
I was about to say practice was over.
Oh, we ran for the next 45 minutes, bro. It was awful.
He gonna run until he got tired. I'm tired of watching it.
And we jumped that nigga.
Like I said, that's a good question for a side conversation, not for.
Oh, for the
I mean,
coach.
I was thinking it in my head.
Like I said, you know, something that's something that you discreetly talk about amongst each other.
That's deep though. A rival has to have some level of competition. You can't
Yeah,
get
bro.
washed and have a rival.
That's why I tell people like, bro, the Bears got to stop talking about Green Bay, bro. We haven't beat them. We 16. Aaron Rodgers is 16-2 against the Bears.
It's not
we
rivals.
we gotta
anymore.
stop calling them rivals at this point.
Enemies.
Yeah, enemies.
Because the rivals, you know, there's a bet. No, they
They're sworn
hurt
enemies.
us.
They're sworn
But
enemies.
that's funny.
I don't want to
because
see their names or
even
faces.
like in Gary, we had when we were in school. There were 5 high schools.
Wasn't one in prison?
Technically, Kennedy King.
Damn, son, where'd you find
King
this?
was middle school though. That wasn't.
Yeah, you're right. King.
Yeah, my
But no,
cousin,
they
my
were
cousin did
like-
6 months of Kennedy King.
Yeah, that was for all the bad kids. But yeah, no. So there are 5, and realistically, people only cared about 2.
It's true.
My school and his school.
Yep.
They were the only schools
Roosevelt
that
and West
mattered.
Side. And everybody tries to like jump in on the mess.
And no one cared.
We're not
Like,
even.
you're not
It's
important.
just us. We're just the only ones.
We're the only ones that matter here.
defense.
Like you could try to bring up, work, the
Yeah,
Wallace.
we got you. We're only talking about West Side and Roosevelt, guys. Stop
And
it.
it's just
And we has there was like so many rivals. Like no, we're only rivaling one school. Not, you guys find another
like
rival.
our rivals were each other, and that was it. If they rivaled each other over there, that was
No one cared. No one knew.
no, yeah.
They had no idea. They beat they beat us in the game. There
Yeah,
was no
no one-
yo, we killed y'all, man. Look, as long as we beat them, that's all we really
That
care.
was, I kid you not. When we used to do battle of the bands, or if we did like drill team, whatever it was, the only thing we cared about was who finished before the
What
other
was the
person.
smart thing? The book.
The
Even academics.
yeah.
Emerson was like a gifted and talent. We didn't care
No.
if-
That was performing arts. They were performing arts.
like so we didn't even care if they won. It was just only
Yeah.
hey, did I beat them? Who was second place? Who was third?
That's what mattered.
That's petty.
That's all we cared about.
All that effort just to be.
Just to be one school.
Yeah,
That's
all-
it. I mean, with 5
saying.
other schools,
I
right?
remember my senior year, like, because we did during Spirit Week, they let you, everybody had a hall. You would decorate your hall for Spirit Week. And I think one year the theme was like a carnival theme. And so, like, we had like a dead panther. Like, they're not going to see it. They're not there.
Yep.
But that's their mascot.
Yep.
So there's a dead panther in a coffin and all kind of like, it was
Yeah.
like, that was the extent we went with
Yeah.
stuff.
I have a.
And no one saw it. You're right.
Yeah, I have a terrifying story. My sophomore year, and like because
You've been suppressing it this whole time.
no, I just forgot about it. Like my sophomore year, at the end of the year, like some of the sophomores went to varsity. They went to better sophomores. So like 3 or 4 of us would go up to varsity, and for their first regional game, we went into town, right, the small ass town, bumfuck Illinois, an hour away, and we're driving to town. Only one road to get into town, and it's just a bunch of houses, and all the houses had gravestones with some of the players' last names and numbers. And I was like, bro, and I'm like, what? And then you see the Confederate flags hanging. I'm just like, oh, no. I was terrified the whole game. And then we come out with the game. We lose the game. God forbid we go to our fucking locker room. They sprayed all our shit with water hoses. Soaked all of our shit while we were playing the game. And we lost. That was a
Oh, that's
quiet bus ride. We were
that's a
fuming.
devastating loss.
And they didn't go anywhere. They the whole crowd sitting there sitting outside. We were sitting there mad. We were yelling. They were just looking at us. They like, y'all only 40 deep. We got a whole town. I'm just like,
wait. They had gravestones of y'all players.
yeah, it was like our top linemen, like Campbell, Dan Green, Babchak, like Watson, like our top players that had the fucking.
Bro, talk about psychological warfare.
Yeah, because they knew we had to drive that way. And it's just great, like the cardboard gravestone painted grave.
Especially when there's only one way in, one way out.
We're
You're
just
gonna
like-
see it.
And then we know it's bad when they scored. They had fireworks.
Oh,
And I'm just like,
man.
bro, this is high school,
Bro, y'all, look.
y'all ain't have walls around y'all field. Y'all got fireworks.
Yeah, y'all was playing checkers and they was playing chess, bro.
Bro, they bust our ass too, man. I didn't play-
They psychologically broke your team. They psychologically broke your team down, beat you, and then sent you home devastated
and wet.
wet. Because now my question is, you never want to play them again.
No,
No.
No, I never go back. No,
And
nope.
to be real, I'd be afraid to beat them.
Right.
All right.
yeah.
Cause what's next? Nooses?
You gotta run to the bus.
Oh, we won. I mean, just let everybody full sprint in their current gear.
You literally telling the bus driver like keep the bus rolling, keep
Halftime, you put all your stuff back in.
Aren't you gonna put your locker room? Nope, it's going to stand on the bus.
Yeah.
We'll change on the bus.
It was always mixed. Feelings going because we were in a private school, so we traveled a lot to the wider areas in Illinois. We had to have a buddy system, go to the bathroom, and but some teams would be like that. Other teams we got off the bus one time for a football game, and they had hot dogs ready. They gave us all 2 hot dogs, a big Gatorade, and a cookie.
Did they win?
No, we lost that one too, but
at least you were nice.
You just never
Hey, you
knew,
know
bro.
what? That's a
They
different.
fed y'all at least.
Yeah, they fed us.
But you know what? I don't know which one is worse. I don't know which one is being treated bad and losing, and then someone taking care of me than losing. Cause I feel like you take care of me. It takes me back to cause my dad used to fight. He used to do this thing where he knocked someone out, he would help them back up, and dust them off and make sure they're okay. And I felt that was the most disrespectful. It's hilarious to me because it's you're like, oh man, you okay? You good? Okay, don't wobble.
You all right? Yeah. You need some help?
You're right. And I'm like, so I feel like they give you hot dogs and drink and make sure you're okay. Then just bust you on the scoreboard and they're like, man, y'all have a good day. Y'all just make sure y'all get home safe.
It's like when you invite that girl over for the first time. You let her sit on the bed, edge of the bed, and you give her something to drink. You smash her guts out and then send her home. That's what it felt like.
With a care package.
Care package. You want a Capri Sun to go?
I'm okay.
You want an extra
Damn,
straw?
son, where'd you find this?
I'm fine.
Damn, son, where'd you
You
find
know how
this?
sometimes that first straw don't hit the right way. You give an extra straw.
You know what? Who?
Her whole ears is devastated. Like, oh my god.
What celeb? No, there was. I don't remember if it was a celebrity or some story I heard where somebody gave him a grab bag.
No, so I saw it from Dormtainment's podcast.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Where somebody invited a girl over, they smashed, and then they gave them a grab bag with a sandwich, a bag of weed, some chips, some drink, $40, and a little a tea. And it was in a Ziploc bag. And
they were prepped.
And it said thank you. It was already prepped. And he said grab a bag before you go. And it says thank you for your time. And people were mad. And then here's the argument. She got more than some because everybody started thinking I don't give a woman anything.
Yeah.
And then so she was like, I don't believe this. And people were like, oh girl, this man. And then the question is well, what have you gotten from?
And then let's think about this. That's known. Okay, if that's something that this guy does, all the women know. So now it's a matter of, do I want to go get a grab bag?
If he does it enough where he has to have pre-made grab bags.
Yeah, so it's
that's applaudable right there. That's actually pretty.
That he has enough grab bags where he hey man, get a grab bag on the way.
Yeah, he threw a party. He's get your party favor on your way out. No, it's just they're there.
Damn, I wish I would have knew that.
Does he meal prep?
I would have, bro.
Oh, you would have been the man.
I would have been.
You would have been the man.
I'd have been the man, bro. I'd been. Oh.
Girls would have been like, "Hey, Taurus give out."
I was already cooking grilled
Taurus
cheeses
give
for
out.
bitches, and a couple heard about that. God forbid a grab bag, bro.
Grab bag, a whole big Ziploc bag. The sandwich was in the bag, and through inspection, because a lot of people was like, "Oh man, the money touching the sandwich." There was a separate bag that the sandwich was in as well, with the money on top. So nothing touched. It was all sanitized.
I gave you Uber fare, a meal.
Yeah.
A thank you note.
There was drugs in the bag.
I love
That's
it.
smart.
That's smart. I'm gonna tell Neo about that when you get older.
Hey, we can't. It's such a good idea.
Yeah, he gotta know.
Yeah, I did.
I can't.
If you out there,
no. Look,
being a heathen,
because
be a nice heathen.
We walk in our child's room and Jordan has an empty bag. We gotta keep the same energy. Yeah, huh? Hard, ain't it?
What people say about you and me, and you never know. You don't know.
Okay. If it's okay, other way around, it's like
It's a studio,
dang.
bro.
It's like the other way around. It's kind of like dang. My baby out here smashing. But he's a gentleman. He gave her a bag of stuff. That's so nice. He could have gave her nothing and kicked her out.
Jeremy, here's the double standard. This is where the double standard.
She got money, food,
but that's just
a thank you. Like, come on, she's already winning.
Is Jeremy in the studio? I don't want to know if you're playing me. Keep it on the low. And my heart can't take it anymore.
I'm just saying. First of all, Jordan gonna be smart enough to live on campus anyway.
What if he does at the campus?
That's what she's saying. She can be smart enough to live on campus. She
She'll
gonna find
be
the
smart.
bed.
Yeah, you know, she gonna.
He ain't gonna find the bed.
And if she real smart, if she does be at home, the bag is in the car. So
Or already gone by the time.
right, she
The
done
thing
already
is-
separated it, threw it out. Look, my baby, look, come on
If
now.
it makes y'all feel better, y'all don't really have any like too much karma. You know what I mean? Y'all weren't terrible people in college. You know, y'all got the karma. I mean, like comparatively, like because you got Jeremy, then you got like Silas. You got there were levels to
Jeremy did all his dirt in high school.
You okay? Okay, bro. He's having an emotional breakdown right now.
Look,
This gotta be fresh and
look
now.
bro. You just gotta give her self-worth. Tell her to grab 2 grab bags. She deserves 2 bags.
Yo, we're gonna revisit this with your Taurus. When you have a daughter, we're gonna revisit this.
Great.
Oh, bro, I have a little girl.
Oh, you know that's happening. That's
selling-
your first
I'm
one.
selling
Your first
her.
one's a daughter.
Just selling her.
Selling her to protect her. I gotta get away from my karma. Cause
That's already gonna follow up.
bro, my karma.
You just gotta teach her. She got to be taught. Look, she got plenty of uncles. She gonna be up on game.
First thing she's gonna get is hands. That's the first she's gonna learn. This is how to fight.
Well, look, that's like I already look. First, Jordan and Jesse, y'all look too pretty. Y'all gonna know how. Y'all have to know how to fight.
Just his attitude. Guys like
Jesse will know how to fight.
like
They have
Jordan
to.
might be too nice, so she she's pretty, but she might be too nice. Just his attitude that attracts douchebags.
He does.
So Jordan might have a nice guy. She might end up like y'all, low key. Her chance to end up like y'all is higher than Jesse's.
Poor Jesse.
I can't wait to. Hey, Uncle, I can't call my daddy. I bust the window. Can you come out to campus and get? Because I'm the one she's gonna call for that. She's not
No,
calling.
you're right.
Yeah, she's not gonna call Brenda.
You right. She gonna call you or my sister.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Your
That's
sister.
what she's calling.
Yeah, because she. Well, you know what? But
No, the
a
conversation-
part. It's a winning. It's a good thing and a bad thing because that means that I have enough fear there, which is like I can't call my father, but I can call my uncle. So it's a good.
And I'll tell you, you just can't say anything to her.
Yeah, you just have but you have to like talk me down first. Hey, I'm about to
like-
tell you
it's like,
something,
look.
but you can't respond.
Yeah.
Because I
Yeah.
can't because now I want her to tell something to somebody, and if I say that I know, it will break that trust. So yeah, it's a very
All I gotta do is bring you real high. Because if you end up at Cheesecake Factory and I'm paying for everything.
You just feed them real
day.
good.
Hey, bro.
Hey, yo, so now we got to talk about something.
Jordan brought me a grab bag, man. She didn't want the weed or the fruit snacks.
Oh man, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. Sit down, man. Sit down.
I was like,
Sit down.
I saw it opening, bro. I had to go for it, man.
Sit down.
take my effects. Take me all the my way.
Yeah, no. Between you and my sister, I had to tell her the other day. I was like, look now. I was like, I'm gonna have to call you ahead of time and tell you not to do stuff because my sister ride or die for her nieces. She just whatever the world is yours. What you want to do?
Yeah. Because like it's gonna be harder for us because I think, well, you guys are already parents, but like by the time we have kids, information is so easy to get. Like experience is so easy to Google. You know what I mean? Like we're gonna have to get our kids drunk at 14, so they understand how it is. Like
well,
on some real shit. Like
I feel you.
Try to be their first experience with everything.
Exactly.
Yeah, we have to beat them to the punch before they experience it for themselves
and teach them how it feels. You know what I mean? Because like my first time getting drunk, I was outside the house and it went horrible. My first time getting high outside the house, it went horrible. I wasn't with people I like knew. Like if I did it at home with my cousins or at home with like people I like knew,
someone you trusted,
I trusted. I never forget my older cousin. She's 3 years older than me, so she would come home in the summers, and I would go hang out with her. She was the only person my mama really didn't care. Like, you know, go ahead, go with your cousin. And my cousin would get me drunk and go take me out and do stuff, but I was with her, so like she was able to monitor me and stuff like that. But that was my experience. So I had been drinking since I was 15. Like,
I mean, that's a good point too, because if you, it makes sense, because like it's like a thin line between sheltering your kid and forcing them to find that elsewhere where they're in more danger. Then like, hey, these are the experiences you're going to run across. I'm not going to be naive that says that you're not going to be doing it, but I'd rather you do it here first, because you're safe.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly believe if I was really like, if I really wanted to be a smoker, my stepdad would have been like, okay,
100%. Yeah,
let me.
He had to supply.
let me sit you down.
Well, come in there because they know that shit. That's what happened to DMX. His first blunt, or his first couple blunts, he was cut what Angel does. Fucked him up for life. You never know what people are cutting their shit with. Nope. But like in high school, all our parties were in houses where the parents were there. You know what I mean? The parents were always there in like the party houses. We had 3 houses. My buddy Justin, Tiffany, Colleen, and like it was always the same 3 houses, and their parents were always there. Like we were drinking and doing shit, but like something went wrong, or something needed to be done.
There was an adult there,
like walking distance, you know what I mean? But they'd come down and check and like walk through and go back upstairs. Like, you know, it's smart. That's what I would want to be the party house. You know what I mean? And especially now, I can be the party house. I can let these kids in. I can even collect keys and dip if I need to, because everyone has Uber. All these kids have Uber now. Yeah. So I'd rather be at my house where I know they're at, where my kids are at, and something goes wrong, they all have Uber. They have my phone numbers. I have their keys. They can't drive. So even if a parent challenges me about it, I'm like, look, they're gonna do it somewhere.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Do you teach them to, because it's like, hey, whatever you want their values to be, you teach them to don't do it. But then on the opposite side of that, if they're gonna do it, I need you to do this smart. Yeah. Because I don't want you to do this dumb and dangerous.
The only thing is now that's a conversation that's being had younger and younger. So early. You know, because with us it's like 15, 16, you know, when you getting ready to go to college, you know, you've been in high school a little bit and now you're finna transition.
Well, and it was this post on Facebook, like it was like when the first time you lost your virginity, and it was just like I don't think about it like until I read the post. I was just scrolling. It was like 11, 12.
Was those guys or girls or just anybody?
Guys and girls, a mixture of both. 11, 12, 13.
And the worst part about that stuff is always the opposite age. Like if there's young boys that age, he's sleeping with an older girl. If there's a young girl that age, she's sleeping with an older guy. They're never with each other, which is weird.
And it's one of those things where usually this stuff go together. Well, if they're having sex around 11, 12,
the other stuff follows.
There's alcohol even before, so it's like that means at 10 and 12 you got to start having smart conversations with, or even like before that, of how to do dirt smart if you're going to do it.
And sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, like, I would normally, like, before I used to base that thought around high school, like, okay, when the summer my kid goes to high school, it's gonna be the summer we're gonna have a lot of talks and a lot of conversations, because you know, you a lot of times you either are going through puberty, just started puberty, and so you know you growing up, you know, you feel a way about yourself, and you finna start experimenting with different stuff and everything on a smaller scale, but still. And so I always thought like maybe that would be the time to start those conversations, you know, like at 14, 15, instead of on their way to college, like, you know, it used to be, you know what I mean?
You're going to start at 6th grade.
Yeah.
Because, like, my first race war was in 7th grade. So,
okay,
you're going to have this. Because, when I was in 6th grade, we were watching, you know, porn on like secret channels. We were like my kids were bringing like knives to school and showing people like they would switchblades they stole from their brothers. Like they would smoking cigarettes and shit. Like
we was humping people in 5th grade.
Yeah, juke parties.
That's true.
Like you're gonna start like 5th or 6th grade.
Middle school, yeah, sock hops and stuff like that.
Middle school is tough.
Yeah.
And that was with us. We got to start earlier now because the generations are learning stuff way quicker than we did, and they have technology like access like no one's business.
Well, yeah, because they got phones and everything
like for
else.
us, like porn and all that stuff and how to do stuff. I mean, it was like a dime a dozen how we found out. Like the internet is completely. I mean, you can put all your parental blocks you want. Mm-hmm. They smarter than us now at this point.
Yeah.
Did you see that kid who was able to? They were online online testing, and he was able to get to the back half of the website. So when he highlighted answers, it would tell him which answer it was.
Jeez.
Why is he that smart?
And he showed his mom. He was like, "Hey, mom, look at this control." And he was young enough to show his mom.
Yeah,
thinking it was cool. Not old enough to know that was bad and still do it. That's how young he was. Because he was like control 8 something.
Like 8 or 9. Yeah.
Brought up the code, and he was just able to like highlight the multiple choice answers, and it was showing which ones were right on the test the school was giving us.
Yeah, I can't remember because people have that ability to switch the website to source code, so you can actually like if you're smart enough to know what that is, you can just look at it and figure it out from that.
And it's and let's be real, we were coding on MySpace.
Yeah.
And we didn't even know the skill set that we had to read through code, put in stuff to change the color of our page or to add
songs or playlist or add the whole raining characters.
It was so normalized that it was a freaking generation of coders.
Yeah.
And now thinking about it now, our generation growing up, they have access to so much technology, and it's just like normal for them. And we're like, oh my goodness, geez, you can do that?
Yeah, it's wild. And like another thing too about like, and I don't know, it's just like, and I don't understand it, but like these kids now are growing way more aggressively than we were. Mm-hmm. Like these kids, like Emma teaches in her side of school is K through 8th grade. Some of these fucking 7th and 8th graders
look like 20-year-olds.
These boys are huge. About 6'1", 200-pound kids.
Yeah.
In the same grade with like 130-pound boys, or these girls are just built like women.
Yeah,
like
grown women.
And I just googled it. Like average now, they're getting periods at 10 or 11.
Yeah,
on average. So that's what grade is that? 6th,
5th, 6th grade,
5th or 6th grade. So you have to have the conversation in 5th or 6th grade now. It's like nature's doing it for you. They're pushing your butt. They're pushing you now to do it.
Yeah.
Because you have to explain to her what's happening to her body, so she knows.
And also explain like what's going to happen with what guys like you're going to now get flocked to because of what you got.
Yeah, and then I've been hearing like I watched something about because I was like I had like this whole about sex trafficking stuff. But they went talking about like little boys showing girls porn videos that they're finding and scoring girls what they think sex is now. You know what I mean? Because you explain it like, oh, it's birds and the bees. Like you put your private part in another private part. It doesn't sound violent when you explain it to a child. But when you watch porn,
it looks aggressive.
It looks so violent, and painful.
Yeah, like they are jackhammering these women. That's the. I don't think there's ever any sensual porn that's like readily available unless you look for it.
Only sensual porn I've watched is lesbian porn. And even then, that goes left.
Yeah, I mean, like you got big black meat on big woman is just like. I'm like, that's not sex, yo.
Yeah. And then even like when we have sex, not we as a
when the no time to explain partner up.
Orgies, boy. Like even when I have sex, like even when I try to start off like sensual, it ends up.
Yeah, it gets there.
It gets there no matter what you do. And like if I try to explain to someone, it's aggressive. It's really
but it doesn't start there. Porn starts there.
Porn does start there.
But isn't that the idea you would rather them have about it? That would kind of keep them away from it. I don't know.
It's aggressive and it's an hour long because I've never hit an hour. I don't know what type of supernatural.
Well, no, I'm saying this.
Or
okay.
You never been a hard drinker when you were in college.
I hate Henny.
This is true.
When I was a college boy, J-Mo got me going. Fucking dripping in sweat, my knees all sweaty on the bed, toes cramping.
then if
Damn,
it's sweaty,
son,
it's
where'd you
slipping
find
because
that?
of the.
No, that trash bed we had in college, boy.
Yeah.
I had to go from the bed to the floor.
There's a wet sweat pool in the bed.
That bed was trash.
No, I was
bro.
gonna say no. Like my mom used fear, so like her whole thing was.
I thought we were still talking about the type of sex people were having. Like your mom used fear to
Get it going, yeah.
No.
Don't know when it's
Take
coming.
that dick home,
No,
boy.
I have
Like, give me that dick like a baby leg or something.
Don't know when it's coming.
I can feel it in
No. Anyway, no, I'm just saying, like, as far as the conversation, she used fear. So she would always say, like, sex leads to pregnancy. If you have sex, you're going to get pregnant. And I understand now why my mom would say that off back, because the first time she had sex, she got pregnant. So she used to say, like,
That's awful.
But the problem with that statement is, and I use this as a boy that was a piece of shit, if I pull out, it's impossible for you to get pregnant. And girls like, well, I guess that makes sense. Because no one explains the next part. Oh, hey, mom.
that's too much trust.
Well, that was a terrible part to poke around. Geography, Jamaica's
But no,
warm
listen,
right now.
This is what she would do. So she would say, yeah, you have sex, you're going to get pregnant. And if you get pregnant, I'm going to kick you out. I'm not taking care of you and another kid. And she drove me to the women's shelter to show me where she would leave me. And for a very long time, that worked.
That's tough.
It scared me
For a long
for a very long time.
But I mean,
Until I was kind of like, you ain't gonna do it for real.
but again, we were playing a numbers game. Like, is your mom having that one conversation and that one? Okay, say that all that time together is an hour long of you driving around and you're having a conversation. A persuasive little boy in your ear every day, 5 days a week, in school, asking for a hug. Your hormones kick in.
Don't let him hit the.
You know what I mean? Like you're gonna.
Somebody.
No.
Knock it down.
Hey, babe. The hot dogs are in the refrigerator. I think did she ask you what she asked me?
Did he literally like get right in front of the?
Yeah, he was about to
He's
destroy
about
everything.
to destroy everything.
He chooses violence, man.
But yeah, so like a little boy in your ear constantly
Wearing you down.
every single day, grabbing your hands, just we can just kiss, or I could just touch you, or you could just touch
I know that guy. I know those guys. I know them. I know them. I've dealt with them a very long time. So I get what you're saying. It is
Overpowering.
But that's how strong the fear of my mother was. That's how scared of her I was. And I really thought she would throw me away.
Well, your mom has a serious tone, so I would have believed you too.
Yeah.
And she's very terrifying. But everybody can't be as terrifying as your mother.
That's true.
So it's like
That's true.
you gotta tell them like, hey, it's so much you have to cover. Even though if they pull out, you can be a hoe at school. Like, I don't know. Like, why do
What's
you
pulling out?
Yeah.
You see how
so much.
you see
Broken
conversation
immediately broken.
I mean, so is it like, do we have to show our kids porn?
Someone's going to, bro.
What is the rule book?
You're gonna get those split in half imageries, where it's like the pelvic, like the uterus split in half, like the transverse view of it, and then like the half penis going into the vagina, and then pulling out, and then or finishing, or using protection. The cartoon.
Basically, what they probably should have showed us in the sex ed.
Yeah,
They didn't.
they didn't tell us anything.
No,
They played
that video. They played that video and called it a day.
They was too busy telling us, "Oh,
Y'all had a
don't
video?
do drugs. Don't."
Well,
That's all they cared about.
My video was childbirth.
Yeah, the childbirth video, and then
I watched that in
we had a
biology.
sex-
And you know
sex
what's
video,
funny?
too.
They never showed the childbirth video at Roosevelt.
Really? I watched that in biology my freshman year.
So your first time seeing it was your actual child?
Yeah. Because I didn't even look up, because like Brittany was telling me like, hey, watch videos. So my first time seeing it was when Brittany was having
Yeah, because I used to tell him to prepare himself. He wouldn't listen.
at 25. That was my first time seeing childbirth.
It had to be awful.
It was terrifying.
Did it
Yeah, because he actually watched.
did it ruin her vagina for you for a little bit?
I had thoughts.
Because I'm not
But
gonna.
it's okay now.
I'm not gonna watch it when Emma does it.
You know, it brings me back to that terrible Family Guy joke when Peter just like when Bonnie was having Susie and Jimmy just like I didn't watch Meg or Chris get born. Tell me what it looks like. And then Cleveland goes, "Have you ever seen a horse blink his eye?"
That's upsetting because that's so perfect.
No, you gotta watch. You gotta watch the first one.
No,
I'm not watching.
You gotta watch the first
No,
one.
You don't have to.
I'm gonna be up there by her head.
You gotta
talking
watch
to
the
her.
first
Yeah, you can be there and it'll be perfectly fine.
No, you gotta watch the
I'm not
first
watching.
one.
I don't know.
Someone's
You know
like,
what?
no.
I don't
My
understand.
sister watched. It was hilarious.
I don't understand.
I eat too much vagina. Eat too much pussy for that.
It
And
clears.
a child, it's like I'm stepped on child main.
The
I'm
6
like-
weeks it takes for her to
doesn't-
heal, you'll be okay.
Yeah, it doesn't look mangled after the
no,
6
it
weeks.
doesn't.
Why are we looking saying the word mangled to describe
Well, it feels mangled.
Man, because look, there's a human
coming out of there?
because you know you stretch the rubber bed. Just it's not the same. It takes a while to get back to.
Those 6 weeks work.
Slumber. That nigga gone. My favorite TikTok.
So I mean, I don't know why there's a rite of passage where you have to watch because there's no reason.
I don't know. They asked me. They was like, "You ain't put the mirror down." No,
Like,
I don't
why?
want to watch a baby
That would
come out
be
my
way
vagina.
worse. Having to
No.
watch your own self get ripped apart. Oh my god! It's like watching your own surgery, bro. Like,
you say, "Hey, move it to the left." Oh, why you?
oh, is that my is that my kidney?
Oh, wow, it's beat.
They fumbling.
Oh.
Wait, why am I still awake for this?
You hear them horror stories where anesthesia goes wrong and people
Yeah.
are awake during their surgery.
And they're screaming. They can't scream.
I think
they feel everything.
I think my sister went through something like that once. My eldest sister. I don't remember. I gotta ask my mom about that.
Jesus Christ, that is my biggest.
Just
fear.
wide awake and they just carve you open like a Christmas goose. Like
On camera.
I forgot.
Give him the tablet.
anyway.
You worry about saying the word nigga.
Anyway, we hitting that time. We pretty much hitting time anyway.
Okay.
Look how good organic conversation happens.
Yeah, this episode's called Conversation.
No time to.
Life lessons with no time to explain.
Yeah, literally. Because I'll be honest with you, I have no idea what we talked about.
I don't either.
We touched so many topics,
We just
Yeah.
talked.
and
It was hiccups.
it was all organic.
Well,
You know, sister, close us out.
yeah.
All right, you guys. This has been No Time to Explain.
Jiu-jitsu crawl.
I know, right? That was literally what that is.
This is Mrs. IB Friction, and we be out. Peace.